Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. Welcome back to Ham Radio Live. Thank you so much for coming today. It's the 17th day of August here on the west coast of the U.S. I know it's the 18th in a lot of the world as well, but we're just grateful that you're here today. Today, we're going to talk about a great way that you can not only get your ham radio license, but also license up. You should never, ever be satisfied until you have the best. We'll also talk about a legendary transceiver that's still made today, that's still highly ranked as well. Plus, we'll preview that show that's coming up soon, all about it. And we'll talk about how ham radio just saved the life of somebody right here in Oregon. Away we go, everybody. Hello, welcome back to the Shack in Oregon. Good to see you guys. Well, what a wonderful day it is. Thanks for coming. This is the second cut of the show. Little streaming problem the first time. We're here to help you get into amateur radio, and here's how. First of all, the American Radio Relay League can help you. They are set to give you VECs to help you get ready to take your license. They even got ham clubs that can help you learn. Contact them online at www.arrl.org. Great place to get started to try and find your ham radio license. Same thing with the Radio Society of Great Britain. Find them online at www.rsgb.org. In Canada, the Radio Amateurs of Canada at www.rac.ca. In Japan, the Japan Amateur Radio League at www.jarl.org. And for our mates in Australia, by the way, these guys have such a wonderful weekly podcast on the Wireless Institute of Australia. Seriously, go to the website. Take a listen to it. It's so well done. If you're looking to help yourself get into ham radio, though, they're really good at doing that. Hit the Contact Us bar at www.wia.org. If you'd like to email the show, hit me up at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. And if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so on PayPal at proverbs356@me.com. Want to thank somebody who really has been just a very big help to the channel. Our goal here has always been to help people get licensed. 21 people so far have obtained a license through the help of this channel. And I want to personally thank John Cunningham, Whiskey 1 Alpha India, over to Ham Test Online. He's helping us to help you learn about ham radio and also encourage you that you can get your license. We'll be using Ham Test Online as well as the materials, that things can help you, all of the stuff that makes Ham Test Online special. Money back guarantee if you don't get your license. You get a trial time with it to see if it works for you. It is an incredible program. We'll talk a lot about that today. In ham radio news, out of the RSGB, lighthouses and light ships are going to be on the air. It's coming this weekend. Few lighthouses there. You see the Moray the Firth Amateur Radio Society, opening as Golf Bravo Zero, Charlie Sierra Lima, from the Covesea Skirries Lighthouse. Golf Bravo Zero, Ekalima Hotel, going to be active over the weekend, the 21st, 22nd, for the International Lighthouses and Lightships Heritage Weekend as well, from near the Beachy Head Lighthouse. Ketch Lighthouse. It's going to be a ton of fun. You can get some great QSOs this way. Also, next Sunday, members of the Colchester Radio Amateurs are holding a special event called BRO, as in Bravo Romeo Oscar, on the air. They're using the call sign Golf Bravo Zero, Bravo Romeo Oscar. Now, the aim here is to support the reopening of the British Resistance Organization Museum and to celebrate belatedly the 80th anniversary of the formation of the British Resistance Organization back in June of 1940. Activity is going to be on 80, 30, and 20-meter SSB, plus they'll do digital modes, FT8 and PSK31. All right, FCC, we know about the fees coming. They're not going to come in 2021. The FCC announced that this is not going to happen until sometime in 2022. So how this is going to work is you're essentially going to have to pay $35 for new modification, which means upgrade and sequential call sign changes, renewal, and vanity call sign applications, okay? All fees will be per application. Keep that in mind. Administrative update applications, such as those used to change a licensee's name, mailing address, or email address, those will be exempt from the fees. Now, how it's going to work is you literally will take your test, pass it, and then you're going to, pay your fee to the VEs for giving you the test. And then the FCC is going to email you, let you know that you have 10 days to pay them the $35 fee. Once you've done that, you'll get your call sign and you'll be on ham radio. It's pretty cool. Haiti, still recovering from the 7.2 earthquake on the 14th. Radio Club of Haiti President Jean-Robert Galliard, HH2 Juliet Romeo, reported significant structural damage in the region. At this time, it's not known if amateur radio volunteers have been part of this recovery. A request has been posted, though, to keep Primary International Amateur Radio Union Region 2 emergency frequencies clear. Those frequencies are at 3.750 megahertz, 7.150 megahertz, and 14.330 megahertz. The 1229 UTC quake occurred some 20 miles east-northeast of Les Cayes and 7 miles northeast of St. Louis du Sud on the end of Hispaniola, that's closest to Cuba. Quake was about 80 miles west of Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince. We can only hope that the Cubans will stop jamming frequencies there around 7150. Bill Hoops, also, he's an ARL member in Pennsylvania, part of the Southern Baptist Disaster Relief Group, reported that the U.S. Coast Guard is flying injured people to hospitals that are open. Some amateur radio operators volunteer with the Southern Baptist Disaster Relief Group, which has been working through red tape to gain permission to assist in Haiti. Hoops said he continues patiently monitoring HF in Pennsylvania, but has not been hearing anything from Haiti. Ham radio recently saved a life. In fact, you may not have read this or heard this story. This just recently happened. I'd like to thank KOVR TV, Channel 13 in Sacramento, for this incredible story about how ham radio saved a life.
He's a ham radio hero. Tonight, a San Joaquin County man is credited with saving his friend's life from hundreds of miles away.
CBS 13's Valina Jones is in Manteca with how their mutual love for amateur radio sparked this life-saving encounter. Valina.
Bill Scott has a passion for ham radio. He's used it before to help in emergency situations, but never expected that his connection to radio would help save his own friend's life.
K6PKO, anybody copy?
This little black radio travels everywhere with Bill Scott.
I'll hear check-ins from just about every part of the world.
From South Africa to the space station, Bill has communicated with people on every continent without leaving his Manteca home.
This guy's in New York.
The radio frequencies also connecting him to friends. This past June, he received a phone call and recognized the voice on the other end.
It was all kind of skewed and everything. And I thought it was a prank call at first, and so then after we finally established it, he said, "You're an amateur radio operator."
His ham radio friend, Skip Critcher, 500 miles away in Oregon, dialed Bill's number by mistake.
I couldn't see the numbers too good on the cell phone, and I wound up pushing the button, and I wound up calling Bill.
Bill's wife, Sharon, a retired nurse of almost 60 years, quickly realized Skip was having a stroke.
The speech that he had was slurred, and my husband couldn't seem to keep him on tact.
I was nervous, because I didn't want to lose my friend.
The line dropped. That's when Sharon and Bill called 911 and were able to tell them where Skip lived. Those quick actions, his family says, saved his life.
She said that the EMT had told her that he would have died within a couple of hours.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. They're great people, and I just glad I called them.
A life-threatening emergency saved by a long-distance friendship.
It's just a miracle that he called the wrong number and got us, and we were able to do something to help him.
Skip tells me his vision is still blurry from the stroke, but he is making steps towards his recovery every day. Skip and Bill still communicate over their radios.
How about that? That from KOVR Channel 13 in Sacramento, and we want to thank them for that video. And it's very recent. This was just aired last night on their evening news. So we truly want to thank the family who helped here, because that's a huge deal to know when to do something. And isn't she sweet, his wife, the nurse, my goodness, to be able to know, hey, we got to get help to him, 400 miles away. So congratulations again. Ham Radio does more than just make calls. It saves lives. Let's take a look at the trivia question for today. Let's see if you guys can get this one picked out. Currently, we got North America with 4, islands on the air with 3. Europe is, right now nil, but Europe has a wave coming back. So I'm not going to give up. We usually hear a RST of 5 November cent or 599 or 539, etc. However, it can be followed by a C and or a K. This signifies A, send slower, B, your signal has an AC hum, C denotes chirps, and K denotes clicks, or D, your sending is excellent. Hit me up with A, B, C, or D, and we'll let you know who gets the right answer, okay? Cuban jamming going on, and this is unfortunate because with the emergency in Haiti, we need frequencies right now. We really do. And unfortunately, Cuba right now jamming right in the middle of where those emergency frequencies are. Right now today, 7.105, 7.115, 7.125, 7.130, 7.141. And here's the area that's really serious because this frequency, this emergency frequency, they're trying to keep open for Haiti right now. 7.151 and 7.158 as well. 7.158 is an S6 into South Florida. I can't imagine what it's doing in Haiti. It's literally 6 kilohertz wide. 7.179 megahertz as well as 7.215 megs with over 25 kilohertz wide of splatter. Here's what I'm talking about. Here's what 7.158 looks like. This is right in the middle of the area they're trying to keep open for people to request help out of Haiti. Here's what it looks like on 7.216, and here's what it sounds like. So if you're in Florida or a lot of the U.S. and you're trying to listen on 7.150, you're hearing this. Amazing, isn't it? There's no way you can hear an emergency broadcast out of Haiti if you're being jammed like that. And we've triangulated this multiple times. Definitely coming from the island of Cuba. All right, let's take a look at the forecast. And it's updated for this time zone and this time frame. The forecast is courtesy of ICOM. ICOM, for the love of ham radio. Here's your A1A. It's getting a little quieter. You see those sunspots moving off to the top right. We'll get to that in a moment. Solar flares. There's really no coronal mass ejections to worry about that might hamper our radio frequency, propagation. So HF, we're pretty good right now. Solar flare over the last 3 days, pretty stable. Few beef class flares, but nothing major. KP index looks good between a K2 and a K3. K3, remember, is unsettled. K2 is quiet. So just one of those things where, you get kind of up and down. Check conditions before you get on the radio, and make sure you keep your headphones down. It'll keep your hearing along. Current MUFs around the world. Alaska hanging in 15.54. We've got Athens, Greece waking up. They'll be really high. They'll be over 20 megs today. They're at 10.89. Ascension Island at 10.93. Jeju Island, 16.42. And take a look at Darwin, Australia, 24.31. Current conditions, 73 for an SFI. Solar number down to 14 now. It's because those sunspots are moving away to the northeastern side of the sun. Got a K index of 2, an A index of 5. The solar wind down to 430.3 kilometers per second. The BZ right now is a positive 0.5, so that's good. And they show you your HF conditions and EME. EME very poor, but I think HF, and I'm talking about folks right now in Asia, in Australia, people waking up in Russia, people waking up in, all over Europe. Here's what I believe you'll get today. Ham and shortwave radio forecast for today powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Daytime ham radio bands open today should be 20, 17, and 15. Possible 12 as well. I believe at least you'll get 20, 17, and 15. Work the higher one if you can, because remember, most really experienced DXers will work near the maximum usable frequency. So if 15's open, use it. If 17's the one, use that. You'll make some great calls. Nighttime handband openings for North America, 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30, and a 90% chance of 20 meters open until approximately about an hour after sunset. Then it'll kind of fade away. Shortwave bands today for Asia, Australia, and Europe, 31, 25, 22, and 19 meters. Nighttime shortwave, 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, and remember, they'll be noisy because it's summertime. 41, 31, 25, 22, and a 90% chance of 19 open until about an hour after sunset. Then again, they will fade away. Welcome to the show. I know it's a late start. We're redoing the show we did because there was a stream issue, but we fixed that problem. First of all, some hellos. UFO Dad, welcome back. You didn't get here late, man. No. You didn't get here late. We actually did the show a few hours ago, and the stream just kept going. In fact, it stopped mid-show, and so I saw that, and I went we had like a few hours for family time, right? And we went to go see the new Jungle Cruise movie. By the way, great movie. Really good, but long too, two and a half hours, but it's a very good movie. So you didn't miss a thing, UFO Dad. I'm grateful you're here. Thank you so much for coming to Ham Radio Live. VK Radio Ham, I was hoping you'd be here. This is kind of pointed your way today in the daytime. Welcome to Ham Radio Live. Great to have you today. Thank you. Thanks. All right, don't forget, trivia question today. Here it is. We usually hear an RST of 5NN, which means 599, cent, or 599 or 539, etc. However, it can be followed by a C and or a K. This signified A, cent slower, B, your signal has an AC hum, C denotes chirps, and K denotes clicks, or D, your sending is excellent. Hit me up. A, B, C, or D, and we'll let you know which continent gets it right today. We're going to talk about a very special program for people who would like to get into ham radio or people who want to license up. And I'm going to tell you the honest truth. Don't be content until you have the highest license you can get. Seriously, you deserve the highest license, and this course will help you. Money back guarantee. Literally, if you don't pass, they'll refund your money. The other thing is you get a free trial, which is awesome. It's called Ham Test Online. We're going to be using a lot of the materials, which is going to help both people in the US, the UK, Australia, Canada, Brazil, all over the world. So the test questions I'm going to give you are things that will help you wherever you are. For example, here's what it looks like when you use it. They talk about current. Now, we know current's the flow of electrons. It's measured in amperes, right? And they talk about a way, it's a metaphor that you can use to remember current. They say an easy way to remember the word current is to think of electric current as being similar to water current flowing through a hose. So think of current the same way. And remember, it's measured in amperes, okay? It talks about it being on the exam. Now, on element 2, you've got a 70% chance on the technician exam of seeing this exact question. Electrical principle part of the exam, you got a 51% chance, right? The question, electrical current is measured in which of the following units? Okay, so we've got amperes, volts, watts, and ohms. Now, of course, we know it's measured in amperes because it's current. We're measuring amperes. We're measuring how much current is being used. Now, see how I put watts first? It tells you it's incorrect. I did that purposely because honestly, it's a great tool that Ham Test Online has. It'll tell you it's incorrect, but it'll also tell you what it does do. See how I put watts down below the green? I said it because I want you to see what an incorrect answer does. I put watts, it says incorrect. Power is measured in watts, not current. You see, so in your wrong answers, it teaches you as well. This is why it is an excellent tool to not only get you into ham radio, but also get you licensed up all the way to extra. No joke. It will get you all the way to extra. All right. For power, it talks about electric power is the rate at which a device or circuit consumes electrical energy, and it's measured in watts, right? All right. We talk about power as pressure. Okay. That's the pressure of power coming, into your home. It's measured in wattage. So the question, which term describes the rate at which electrical energy is used? Power, correct. But look if you answered the other two. You see, if it's measured in voltage, it says no. Voltage is the electrical pressure, the electromotive force that makes the electrons move. No, it's not current either. That's the flow of electrons. So see, if you get it wrong, it tells you you're wrong, but it tells you what that thing does too. This is what makes Ham Test Online so unique. It also will help you take practice tests for whatever license class you want to take. And that's brilliant because if you're failing at certain areas, say for example, it could be on theory, all right, radio theory. It's going to give you more radio theory questions as well as syllabus to help you. It's very intelligent. This thing, it's almost like having a virtual teacher right there. Let me give you another example of what's powerful about Ham Test Online. You get things like this, okay, series versus parallel, okay, and it talks about the difference. For example, let's take a look at the third paragraph. The current through a component is the amount of electron flow into one set of terminals and out the others. The voltage across a component is the difference in voltage between two terminals. You see, it gives you things like this as well as this to help you understand exactly how circuits work. So it takes all that weird fear and concern because you may not be good at, tests or electricity or stuff like that. It takes it all away because it makes it really simple, right? So one of the things I think that's very special about Ham Test Online, and we're going to be using it a lot to help you pass your test, is I want to encourage you, if you're a general or say intermediate in UK, or you're a technician or foundation UK, wherever you are in the world, if you're not at the highest level license, this thing will help you. It really will. It is amazing at how well it's able to help teach you to learn what you need to pass your test. And again, for U.S. amateurs, it's a money-back guarantee. If you don't pass and you fail, you get your money back. There's really not a risk to you here. Ham Test Online, it is truly, it's the one that got me from 0 to extra, and I literally had 3 VEs and 1 VEC looking at me saying, how did you do this? We've never seen it done before. Be honest, it was 168 hours of work, but this is where I learned it, all right? Thanks to John Cunningham, Whiskey One, Alpha India, and Ham Test Online for helping us help you learn about ham radio in not only now, but in the future, because we're going to be using Ham Test Online to help you with getting your ham radio license, okay? Both for tech, general, and extra, right? So work on that. We're going to talk today, just briefly, about a radio that came out 12 years ago. Big deal, right? They still make it. It's not something that is really cheap, okay? It's not a cheap one. It's at the very bottom of this list, number 14. Hard to see, I know. It's the Yaesu FTDX 5000, okay? Whether it be the D, the MP Limited, the Special Edition, they're all the same in the respect of its receiver quality, okay? So what makes it special? We'll take a look at that in an upcoming show, and I'll show you mine. This is my baby. I have a chance to use 3 different rigs here, and when I really just want to have fun, because I like to play radio, I'll go to that every single time. It's not lost its luster on me whatsoever. Before we get too far, we do have somebody try to answer the trivia question. Ishmael, welcome to the show all the way from Dominica. It is so good to have you today. The question today, we usually hear a signal report of 5NN cent or 599 or 539, etc. However, it can be followed by a C and or a K. All right. This signifies A, send slower. B, your signal has an AC hum. C denotes chirps and K denotes clicks. Or D, your sending is excellent. All right. So Ishmael came in and he said the answer is D. Ish, that's not it, buddy. That's not it. But good guess. That's a very good guess. By the way, VK Radio Ham, thank you for coming. Same with Joe McConney, Alpha Golf 7 X-Ray Hotel from the state of Washington. It's always good to have you here. John Hummel Newell is here as well. Victor Echo 5 Juliet Hotel November from Saskatchewan. I know it is late, but we're here, and I'm grateful that you're here as well. All right, we're going to talk quickly about the Yaesu FTDX 5000. And a long time ago, this is way back December 2010. So before SDRs even, okay, Bob Allison from ARL did a great review on this. Let's take a look at Bob. This is from a while back, but it's about the Yaesu FTDX 5000.
Hello, I'm Bob Allison, WB1GCM, here inside the ARRL screen room. Hey, what's all that buzzing that I hear? Well, it's those boxes up there. Those are our line filters. They filter the AC line, so we have absolutely no line noise at all. Nice and quiet inside of our shielded box here. Now I'm going to tell you what the buzz is all about. In December's QST, we feature the Yaesu FTDX 5000. It's quite a contest radio. It's a great performing radio. So great, I just wanted to reproduce the third order IMD dynamic range test. Here we have over our shoulder the signal analyzer, our signal generators over here, and our low noise amplifier combiner. We combine the IMD signal with a third signal generator, create a two-tone IMD into our test receiver, which happens to be the Yaesu 5000. Wow, what a performer. Fantastic numbers. Right now I'm measuring 114 dB of third order IMD dynamic range at a 2 kilohertz spacing. All the contest features you'd want in a contest radio are laid out before you here. I like the very heavily weighted tuning dial. Very, very nice. The tuning dial here for your B receiver. By the way, this has two separate receivers in it. And what's interesting is the A receiver is the really high-performing top-end one, and the second one is no dog either. It's a great high-performing receiver. The second receiver is terrific, up there with some of Yaesu's other good radios, like the Yaesu FT2000. And it does 160 through 6 meters with an RF output of 200 watts. Wow, look at the filters. The 300 hertz roofing filter. I can flip between filters here. 600, let's say 15K, 6K, 3K, 600 hertz, 300 hertz. 300 hertz roofing filter. That's what makes this receiver perform with third order IMD and blocking gain compression IMD. Just terrific. Also shown here is the Yaesu SM5000 station monitor. It has two twin speakers here, contrast controls, A or B audio inputs, and it'll see signals above and below the operating frequency, 25 kilohertz up and 25 kilohertz below. A nice addition to a fine transceiver. My job is to pick transceivers and amateur radio equipment apart here in the screen room, to scrutinize them. Now, I did find external keying problems which Yaesu corrected, and Rick Lindquist in December's QSD product review will explain that and all the other goods, ins and outs of this transceiver. But the thing that I found that was not correctable was this name on the transceiver. They forgot the S. Somebody spelled it wrong. Oh my.
There's Bob Allison. Hey, he did a great job. That was way back in 2010 when the Yaesu FTDX 5000D first came out. Really did. Now, before I go further with this, I would like to say, because Ishmael's working hard there in Dominica, he's at a little Caribbean island. It's about 71,000 people. That's just north of Venezuela, long ways away from me, and a great DX entity for you to get, and he loves to work DX. Look for him. His call sign is Juliet 72 India Mike Sierra. He has ICOM 7100. He loves to use it. He's good at it. And I'm telling you, he'll work you. He really will. Question, he's asking numbers, this letter C for today's trivia question. Let's get back to it. We usually hear an RST of 5NN cent or 599 or 539, etc. However, it could be followed by a C and or a K. This signifies, Ishmael says C denotes chirps, and K denotes clicks. And Ishmael, you're correct. You got it. Well done. Yep. That puts Islands on the Air tied with North America at both 4. And don't worry, Europe, we know you'll get back. Europe always gets back into it. Europeans are smart. They really are. Let's talk a little bit about the 5,000. All right, first of all, you can remember here on Sherwood, it's ranked number 14. This is after all of the current radios, Apache Labs, Flex radios, the ICOMs, all that stuff, SDRs, everything. On the QST magazine product reviews, it's number 1 still. Look at that. Of all the radios made that have been, including the FTDX 10s right there, you can see it's got the new flag at number 4. The Yaesu FTDX 5000D is still ranked number 1 on the QST magazine product review, which is, of course, done by, ARL. So it gives you an idea of just how special this transceiver is. We're going to be doing a great show with this little guy right here. And it's not really so little, to be honest with you. It's big. It really is. Some people call it a boat anchor. It's old school. It's old school ham radio. It's filters, it's crystals, but it works. Gosh, it works. When I really want to enjoy my ham radio, I like the FTDX 10. It's great. And the 991A, I usually take with me remote because it's small. The whole goal I'd love to have is a ICOM 7610. I would love to have one of those. I really do. I'm not super rich, and for me, that would be a very cool radio to have. Love to have it, to try it, and to show you on the radio, what we do with it. But when I want to play, and I really just want to get down and just think about radio, adjusting bandpass filters, moving in and out noise reduction, changing the bandwidth, adjusting the contour and notch, that radio is so much fun. And we're going to be spending some time with that radio. The next couple of shows, we'll work on it. Also, I did want to let you know, coming up this Friday or Saturday, I'll let you know which date for sure, we're going to do CQ calling. We're going to be doing it with the Alpha Antenna Hextenna on 20 meters. It'll be late this week, so either Friday or Saturday. The next show, I'll know for sure which day it is. It just depends on, appointments for my brother. So, yeah, we'll do a CQ calling show, and hopefully it'll be something that you will enjoy. All right. That's going to be it. We're going to wrap it up. Sorry the first show got stuck in a stream lock. It really bugged me to see that happen, but I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, everybody, for coming from around the world. I am truly honored that you're here today. I don't monetize this channel. I honestly don't. I do it for fun. This, for me, is joy. I just enjoy spending time with all of you. And the friendships I've made have been miraculous, from a pain care president way over in Kentucky who's helped me with the issues I have, to a guy who's really skilled at cancer care out of Colorado. Man, I have been richly blessed by all of you, and by the manufacturers too, have been so kind to me, like Steve last weekend from Alpha Antennas, Richard Stubbs from MFJ, Eric Schwartz-Ellicraft, so many people, Mike Walker at Flex Radio, Ray Novak at ICOM, one of the very best people there is in ham radio. I have really been blessed doing this. It's my way of giving back and helping out. That's why we focus so much on test questions and things that can help you in your shack. Please subscribe. I won't monetize here. You'll be able to watch the show, or better yet, listen to it from beginning to end with not one single commercial. If you'd like to get into ham radio, we'd love to help you do so. Contact the Radio Society of Great Britain. Even if you're not in the UK, find them at www.rsgb.org, and they'll help you get licensed. If you have a question about anything ham radio related, if I don't know the answer, I'll move you to somebody who will. How about that? Contact me at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. Sign off today is from Western Australia, a very remote place. So this is a rare sign off. I hope you enjoy it, everybody. My name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. God bless you wherever you may be. Goodbye, everybody.
Time for us to say goodnight from ABC Television, from all of us, that is, each and every little one of us. Tomorrow night at 25 to 9, top comedy on ABC Television with Don't Wait Up. Let me explain briefly for you what we expect to happen. Well, you see, Toby has moved into Tom's flat and is not proving the easiest of guests. Well, when Toby goes out for the evening, Tom invites his mother round and offers her Toby's bed as she has had a bit too much to drink. Fair enough. Toby also returns with a guest for the night. Not so fair enough. The embarrassing situation is not discovered until the following morning. And you'll have to wait till tomorrow night at 25 to 9 to discover what they discover. Once again, good night.
Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Don't come back now. Here?